to start off, enough about me. I wanted you to introduce yourself to everyone that's watching now and that will watch later. Who is Alex Dominato?
Oh yes, lovely pronunciation. I don't get that flair pronunciation very often.
Oh, good.
Um, and thank you for that introduction. And yeah, definitely I'm here. I want to be a resource for a lot of different people to give sort of the unvarnished look at what it takes athletically and academically to be a student athlete in Canada and try to make it as best as and as far as you can.
Yeah.
So yes, my name is Alex Dominato, and I am currently the director of athletics at Athlete Institute. For those of you who aren't familiar with Athlete Institute, it is, I will say, definitely the best prep basketball school in this nation that we call Canada, and one of the most successful ones in North America.
Yes.
We're located in Orangeville, or Mono, Ontario, technically, just outside Orangeville, Ontario. Um, and we're striving to continue to help identify, recruit, and then develop the best and brightest young basketball players in this country so that they can go on and play their next level of basketball, whatever that may be. And I hope we dive into that because that's truly what the mission is about. Is everybody's on their sort of individual pathway, and that can be taking them to play OCAA basketball. It could be taking them to play U Sport basketball. Could be taking them to play NCAA Division One if you're that good and that lucky. Division Two, NAIA, NJCAA. There's lots of opportunities to play basketball in this continent, and it's not just all about sort of Division One basketball at the highest level. Let's just
I
put it that
agree.
way to get it out there very early.
And you know what? That's one of the main things that I try to do. That there's so many avenues. As long as you like the sport, you're good at it, and you're dedicated, and you have the right support surrounding you. There's so many different ways to still be a student or an athlete, or turn that into a professional career. But in order to do that, you need individuals or other leaders and coaches and educators to also help both the athletes and the parents sort of connect and walk on the path that makes sense. You did mention that you are from the Orangeville Prep, which currently has been in the news and have had a pretty good run on a miniseries that they've had here locally in Canada. Canadian Broadcasting Gems, which is CBC Gems, called Anyone's Game. So one of the questions that came up on the Instagram post was to get your experience on this. So how did you, or what's your experience being part of that series?
The part that I was on hit the cutting room floor. I personally got a little bit of a showcase there on the final episode with a couple other staff members, which was great because the show really truly focused on the athletes and the coaches, which is really what it was about because there were a lot of insanely compelling stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously it's a rare opportunity to be on a television show or have your program on a television show. So we're very thankful that Game Seven Media took this project on, and they were pretty embedded in the team, and so they took a lot on to showcase that, and the final product ended up being incredible.
It's
Those
awesome.
last three episodes to me were incredible. The whole series was incredible, but those final three really, that's when it really started like sprinting, cooking with gas essentially. And the final episode, when you see sort of young men or young boys turning into young men, and you see
Yeah.
how much work they put in, and they're tearing up and crying. I've seen that episode so many times, and I get choked up every time because that group was so incredible as a team and came together as a family. It was a very rare, experience to have that group of players that had so much like really good experience, but were also really good individuals in and of themselves that were able to come together to be a team. And that was that was special, and I'm glad it's documented. I wish this
Me
COVID year was
too.
documented, but
Yeah.
because I think there's a compelling story there of
Yeah.
very unique, but it's not as compelling as what we did last year, I guess.
That's okay.